Okay, hello everybody and welcome to my F1 2017 career mode. This is season 3, round 3. We are at the Sakhir circuit in Bahrain. This is a circuit that traditionally I'm a bit of a specialist around. I always seem to do quite well here. So let us see what kind of result we can pull from this qualifying session. Hopefully it's better than P10, that's for damn sure. Right, into the first corner, that was pretty good. Pretty decent, not too shabby, but the Mercedes, look at the way it's handling that. And we're already down to 12, just out of the exit there, so... I thought that was decent, to be fair, so I don't know what I did wrong. Going around turn 3. And we're a little bit behind Lewis in the first sector, but this is where we're going to try and gain, and we are gaining. Letting the car do its thing. That was gracious as you like round there. And now we're heading up to the double apex. This is where we could lose time if we misjudge it, and we have misjudged it. But we're going to let that run wide and try not to let that affect us too much, but it's really affected us. That's quite a critical mistake there, and we've lost quite a few positions in that. But again, I'm confident we can try and push it back, but I'm pushing too hard to push it back. And my lap has gone horribly wrong. I'm down to P12. Not even qualifying in the top 10. And this lap, which started off... The middle sector started off so well, but it's the middle sector that has been the absolute catalyst of this lap. What a disaster this has been as we go wide again. And this is going to be P13 on the grid. Wow, that was a bad lap. That was a bad lap.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top 3. Hamilton, Vettel and Valtteri Bottas.
Unfortunately, going wide at that double left really was the beginning of the end there, as I was just pushing that a little bit too hard. And it's rare that I struggle so much at Bahrain, so... Yeah, that's just not good enough. You know, we need to find a little bit more speed there. So, well, we're starting P13 anyway. So let's go into the race.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen and Perez, Ocon, Grosjean, Massa and Nico Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Sainz, a Ferrari, and Stroll, Kvyat, Palmer, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Fernando Alonso. Ericsson and Pascal Wehrlein completes the grid. And now it's time.
Well, that was a very shaky qualifying session, but now we can tinker with our strategy a little bit. So let's start on the softs, finish on the super softs. We'll do this is something my friend Jake likes to do. He runs the alternative strategy and we'll make the pit stop lap 7. Let's make it nice and even. But we're going to run the alternative strategy now to try and move forwards in this race. What will we get? Where will we finish? I just want points at this point. It's lights out and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we've not got a very good start. In fact, Stroll is the one with the monster start there. We're going to try and get the inside line. Stroll's just sending it on many of them. How far have we moved up here? Oh, we're up into P10. We're up into P10. There's a car on the left. 2 cars on the left, actually, as we take avoiding action. And I believe that was Grosjean that very nearly caused a bit of problems there for us. Right, we're behind Ocon in 9th, but we nearly went into him there. So we've made up 3 positions straight away off the start. 14 laps to go. It's a long race. You don't want to be on the back foot here. Right, we're going to take a look up the inside of Ocon here. This should be a pretty straightforward manoeuvre, and it is. We've just shuffled Ocon a little bit wide. That's P9. That's exactly the start we wanted. You know, we've gained a couple of positions, and we're now looking at gaining a little bit more. You know, as a start we needed to make gaining a couple of positions, but now we need to harry them, and the 2 leaders have already full on gone, so that just shows the field spread is already taking effect here, because they are gone. As we've hit the curb and gone a little wide there, but we'll get away with it. We're struggling to catch up with Magnussen here, to be honest, but again, that'll just be the fact that we're on the alternate strategy. It might make it a little bit tougher to catch up, but once we get DRS in effect, we should be able to make up a couple of positions. Right now, this is about just trying to do what we can with where we are at. We're going to try and have a look at Magnussen here now, and that is the move done on Kevin Magnussen. So up into P8, we have gained 2 positions, and Ocon and Magnussen are battling there, and they're banging wheels. A little bit of contact there, but we have made our way up into P8. Next up is Felipe Massa in P7. I am not letting any of these guys breathe. This is going to be a long, tough race, but we are going to give it our all. Even running the alternate strategy, we are giving it everything. Using these first few laps, oh god, that's wide. Using these first few laps to try and just get a few positions if we can, and then just work from there. The AI seems to be really quick round here though, so this could be quite a tough little race here. All depending on, of course, how this all pans out. Lap 2 then, and we're still behind Felipe Massa by 8 tenths of a second, but DRS should come into effect. And I've just had a message, in fact, from Jeff suggesting that Grosjean's got a car issue and that's slowing him down, so that's bad luck for him. Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race on a 32, but someone's going very slowly down the pit straight. Who is it? Who have we lost? It's Lewis Hamilton! He just sets the fastest lap and then he's out of the race. How extraordinary. Lewis Hamilton setting the fastest lap and then dropping out of the race. Well, that's critical for his championship campaign. That's great for us. But Sebastian Vettel, who leads the championship, now leading this race quite comfortably, as we now try and tailgate Felipe Massa, who is just, if I'm honest, proving to be a little bit of a thorn in my side at this point. But look at the run we've got on him here. I've no doubt the move is on here. Yes, it is. Diving him up the inside. Massa trying to fight it, but eventually having to succumb to the fact that I have got him. Although now Massa might try and come back on the DRS. Cool, this is exciting first few laps, isn't it? Massa is just sort of there, but I don't think he's going to have a look. I don't think he's any immediate threat to me, as now we try and get after Sergio Perez in fifth. How action-packed do you want the first few laps? We've lost the Mercedes in the race quite critically. Massa is not leaving me alone, is he? He doesn't want to quite give up yet. But unfortunately, I've got my own race to run. My fastest lap, incidentally, was 1.8 seconds slower than Lewis Hamilton's. And in fact, now Massa's coming straight back at me. I do fear I've set this difficulty a little bit too high. We're going to cover Massa off here. He's not coming past. But yeah, we're now in P6, trying to chase down Sergio Perez. This is just not working out, is it? Because we're not really catching Checo. And the problem with that is we're now losing time to those behind us. But like I said, we've still got the Supersoft tyre to run. So, and sector 2 is actually where we seem to be gaining most of our time. So we're losing out in sectors 1 and 3, which is something that I'm making a note of to myself. 1 and 3 is where we're losing time. So I'll just get my stream back up there because my YouTube decided to glitch. I've gone a bit wide while sorting my stream out, and I think that that's not going to help my race at all. This is frustrating. I should be higher up than this. Perez is getting away from me a little bit. And yeah, this is not the race I was hoping for. You know, I was hoping to be in contention at least for a podium, but obviously a bad grid position has really put pay to that. I just wonder, will the tyres go to the end from next lap? Because I'm always thinking of an early stop onto the Supersofts and just blasting it for a couple of laps. Maybe trying to provoke an undercut on a couple of these guys. And in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pit at the end of this lap, provoke an early undercut, and just pray that I can make the tyres last to the end. It's going to be a huge ask, but in this position, I'm willing to take a gamble. In this position, I don't feel like I have anything to lose. Right, so Vettel leads. I'm not sure who's second, third, fourth. I know Perez is fifth, and I'm in sixth. I'm just wringing the neck of this car, just trying to catch up. But it's just not happening, is it? So we're going to go on the Supersoft tyres. We're going to try something different and hope that that's going to be sufficient for what we are hoping to achieve. Very early turn in there. Where are we in relation to Perez? I can't think it's anywhere particularly great. We were 2.2 behind, we're now 1.6, so we have caught him by 6 tenths. We're not lapping particularly strong, so we're going to dive into the pits this lap and take on a set of Supersoft tyres, which is what no one else incidentally will be doing, so this could help us out. Making this early pit stop, diving in. This is either going to go great or this is going to go horribly wrong. Let's see.
Go, go, go.
Hopefully that traffic is well clear by the time I come out of the pit lane. Yes, it is. So traffic's not going to be an issue here, at least for a couple of laps anyway. And that is what we want, so we can get up to speed. No nonsense, let's just charge. Let's give it everything now and see how many positions we can jump. The undercut is king here. So let's go. Let's wring this car's neck. Back. Look at that, we're just about coming up to the traffic now. But I think this lap alone will help us make a position or two up. And I think the traffic could actually help us if other cars come out in it and start mixing with it. That could also help us as well. So I think a good decision has been made here. Because now we've got the tyres to absolutely wring the neck of this car. Vettel has made his stop. I don't believe we are any threat to him at all, unless something goes chronically wrong in his stop.
Sebastian has just entered the pits.
Got a little bit wide there again, but purple middle sector. How do you like that? We are now hounding some of the guys in front of us, and this could get interesting if some other guys come out in it. We've seen some pit though, so how many have we managed to undercut here? This will be interesting to see. There's some cars at the exit of the pit lane, and this should give us an idea of where we're at as we're going to take a dive up Verline. That's Daniel Ricciardo, so I have no idea where he was. Verline's not willing to let me go easily though, but now we've got Daniel Ricciardo for good company here, who is on the soft tyres. We are on the super softs. Sebastian Vettel is up the road, and oh god, that's wide. This is our time now. We've got better tyres, better grip, faster tyres, and this is going to be a Ricciardo move on Ricciardo, really. That pretty straightforward there. Good move up into P10. But obviously with cars in front still to pit, so I have no idea where Ricardo is in the overall running here. I think we can run in rich mix pretty much to the end of this lap. Oh, we're not going to get Palmer here, are we? No, we're not. Let's be realistic. Can I sweep here? Yes, we. Oh, that's a brave one! This is brave! This is the definition of bravery, and what an overtake that was! That was gutsy from myself there, if I may say so. Oh, I'm brave, I'm brave. I actually just, I felt the fear with that one. I felt the fear as we got another car slowing down and Van Dorn pitting. Who's that that's just coming out of the pits? We're not going to have jumped him, I don't think. But it's Verstappen, it's Verstappen. And we have a VSC. We have a VSC, and that's decided by Sainz getting out of Verstappen's way, as we have a VSC. So a virtual safety car, because Verline has pulled out of the race. Oh, and that's annoying because I really could have had a bit of a race with these two here. And there's a Mercedes in the distance as well. I believe that's Valtteri Bottas. So I'm just maintaining pace with these two for now. Because I am getting ready to fight them both upon the restart of this one. Get Rich Mix ready. Yeah, and that's worked for me a treat actually, because I'm still right with these two. And I think Sainz, we know what's coming here. We know what's coming here. This is going to be a brave dive, but it's a dive that needs to be made. It's a dive that I've made, but it's not gone right. Yes, it's gone right. Sainz has had to back out. Now, next target is Max Verstappen. And we are on, don't forget, faster tyres, but don't forget that won't last as once our tyres start going off, so we need to hound Max now. We need to not give him room to breathe. I don't want to let him breathe. I want to charge him down. I want to kill him. I want to annihilate him. I want his P3. I'm not going to get it just there though, but I think the next corner is a DRS zone as well. I don't know when they added it. I don't think they added it for this season, did they? No, they did not. That's annoying. But we can still fight Max now. We can still attack him. And I believe there is a position up for grabs. This is going to be tough. But there's one place I think we can do it, and we're coming up to it. Oh, that was forceful on Max there. Absolutely forceful. What a move. As we move up to P3. Next up is Valtteri Bottas. Can we catch the Mercedes before race end, or are we in our finishing position here? There's a few laps to go yet. This is exciting stuff, isn't it? Let's see what we can do. Can we do anything, make anything of Valtteri Bottas, or is he just that little bit too quick perhaps? But I tell you what, P13 to P3, that is not bad going. That is not bad going at all. But I tell you what, Max doesn't want to let P3 go just yet, but I'm busy. Sorry, Max, you're just going to have to entertain yourself, because I'm not entertaining your notion of P3 here. You're not having it. He's getting close, but I don't think he's close enough just yet. Yeah, here he comes. Here he comes. Okay, he's going to the left. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to outbrake him and just casually take the first corner. Outbrake myself, and Max is going to have a look on the right, but he's not got anywhere to go there, really. The problem is now, annoyingly, this is stopping me from catching Valtteri Bottas. I should not be fighting the Red Bulls here. I should be fighting Valtteri. What is the gap to Valtteri? It's 2.4. Right, let's keep a note of that gap. Keep a note, see if it is going up or going down. I tell you what, it's looking pretty close at the moment. As we finally got a little bit of distance to Max Verstappen. Now we're hunting down Valtteri for P2. Can we make it a second Ferrari 1-2 of the season? Or is it going to be a 1-3 with Sebastian Vettel extending that championship lead that he has built? We will soon see. Max is still not really letting me go in P3 here. He's still keeping on me just in case I make a mistake or something goes wrong. But we're preoccupied going after someone else. My eyes are locked on the rear of Valtteri Bottas. Where are we? 2.2. So we've gained 2 tenths on him. That's good going, but that's not enough. We just need to squeeze out that extra bit of performance from the car, which we won't do by taking that line round there. And I tell you what, that's not only let Bottas get away a little bit, that's put Max Verstappen back on me. And I feel that now my fight might just be keeping Max behind me over going after Valtteri. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up. If anything, that just means I'm a little bit more determined. 2.3 seconds now, so Valtteri pulls back a tenth. But we're going to try and pull back another couple here. I mean, say we qualified 13th, you know, if we could just, even if we just hold on to third, that's a great feat, you know, I'm happy with that. And I think, given that my fuel is now on the limit, I got to think about defending third rather than attacking second. We'll see where we're at the end of the sector. It's 2.1, so we're not really making the inroads on Bottas we need to make. I think once we get to the technical section, I will knock it into lean mix, save fuel, and just try and hold off for P3. Max is still there, he's not letting this go, and nor should he. He's there, but he just doesn't get quick. Oh God, that's another mistake in turn one. Is that going to let him through? That might just do the trick. Max has got us. Max has got us, but he's not got the best exit there. And that mistake at turn one might just let us. Max not giving us a lot of room, but I've got the inside line. Braking late. And we've got him back. Whew. That was a hairy moment and a half there. Don't change your fuel mix in the middle of a corner, Joe, for God's sake. What are you doing? Right, we're in P3 now, and we are trying to hold on to this for the rest of the race. We can now go back up into standard. Now we're out of the technical part of the circuit. Thought I'd lost P3 then. I was proper gutted. Vettel is just, well, Vettel's checked out. He has just dominated this race.
Gap ahead is 3.1 seconds.
Whereas this performance here is a little less convincing. Alright, is Verstappen going to have a look here? And more importantly, are we going to get our braking spot right? I think I've lost the advantage of the soft tyres now, the Supersoft Tyres now, because I think they've started to lose their performance a little bit. Here comes Max again. Is he going to have a look up the inside? Nope, because we are just going to make sure that he knows he's not having that corner. Looking him to lean a little bit more so that it's a guaranteed end to the race that we have. I don't even know what the gap to Bottas is anymore, because I'm not really focusing on the gap to Bottas. I'm focusing on Max behind, who is giving me something of a headache here with a lap and a half to go. This hasn't been the easiest of races, but I tell you what, it hasn't been short in wheel-to-wheel action either. There's been quite a bit of that in this race. So you're definitely getting some good content here. But here's the question. Am I going to hold on to third, or is it going to be P4? Bottas has gone by now. He's disappeared a little bit. But now this is going to be Max's big and most importantly last chance. Here he is now. We're going to have to cover him. Just watching what he's doing. He's going for the inside. He's going to switch to the outside. Got the inside line. Max is on the outside. I can just cover him here and hopefully not go too wide on the exit. I've gone a little bit wide and Max is there, but I've just ran him out of road a little bit there, which I was entitled to do. I was ahead going in, so I had the right to take the racing line, which I did. And unless Max can get me at the back end of the circuit now, I very much feel like we're probably safe in P3 now. It was an unfortunate qualifying session that put us out of position, but we managed to come back from P13 to P3, so I can't really complain too much about that. It's going to be our third podium in a row. Oh god, that's not an exit I wanted. And now Max is on me. Max is on me. He's got this last chance here. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? I'm going to the inside. Max goes to the outside. I'm going to brake a little bit early there, but in fact Max has just put himself in a bad position. I gave him the room and braked early, and I think Max just kind of surprised himself a little bit there. So it's not the position for Max Verstappen, but what it is a win for Sebastian Vettel, extending his championship lead. Valtteri Bottas is going to get second, but for me it's a comeback performance. P13 to P3. Qualifying was a nightmare, but I think we made up for it in the race. That's as good as I could have done.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
Well, Vettel destroying a bit of equipment there with the champagne, but he's very happy with that result.
And
I couldn't have done anything more there. I started in a nightmare. Oh, Max has a penalty. What did Max get a penalty for?
Who was your driver of the day?
Instead of Max Verstappen. Oh dear.
Ferrari driver. They did a great job of getting the most out
go,
of the
so he's got a
tyres
5-second penalty.
Something that's a very handy skill to have in modern day.
Yeah, that was a stop go for ignoring yellow flag.
Constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship.
So he gets 10 seconds added on and is dropped
from Anthony, it's goodbye,
effectively to P5. Damn, if I'd have known he had a penalty, I wouldn't have raced him so hard. But yeah, that suffice to say, I'm pretty happy with what we managed to salvage from that race. Like I said, we did one lap qualifying, and the qualifying lap was an absolute disaster. I made a couple of mistakes that dropped me into P13, so the fact that we've managed to pull back and finish third, you know, we did quite a lot of overtaking on the track as well, so that just adds to it. So there's the Constructors' title. You can see Ferrari, we've extended the lead on Mercedes, Red Bull in third, Force India sitting pretty there in fourth, and Haas have moved their way up into fifth. And the drivers' standings there, you see it then, Sebastian Vettel extends his lead from 3 points, I think it was, to Hamilton, to 14 points to me. Hamilton obviously having that DNF quite early on after setting the fastest lap. And Bottas now moves into third in the standings. So it's now Hamilton that has become slightly anonymous in all this. Like last time out, Bottas had dropped back. This time it's Lewis. Verstappen in 5th, Ricciardo 6th. Ocon is ahead of Checo in the standings, interestingly. And Magnussen moving up into 9th in the standings. Massa's down to 10th. And Grosjean and Sainz are the other point scorers. Well, 3 races. So far, it's a Ferrari 1-2 in the standings, but I'd like to try and swap that order. Next track is Russia. Again, another track I'm supposedly really quick at. Can't afford to make another mistake in qualifying like I did here. So Russia, I've got to go for the win if I'm going to have any hope of trying to get after this championship. Well, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all the good stuff. We'll see you in the next race. Thank you so much. There won't be another career mode race until Monday now, due to it being an F1 weekend. But I'll do another one of these on Monday, which will be Russia. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching.